Hello, fifth graders. We are almost finished with Falcon Wild. I'm going to read the last couple of paragraphs on page 164, and then we're going to begin chapter 28. So I'm on page 164. It isn't until they've loaded Dad into an ambulance and we're about to climb in after him that I look up and search the sky. It's dark and cold, and there's no way Stark will fly to me. But I whistle and scream out her name. We have to go, one of the ambulance attendants says to me, clapping a hand on my shoulder. I know what I have to do. I have to leave Stark behind. When I finally climb in, the sound of the door slamming shut behind me cuts my soul in half. Chapter 28, page 165. We're sitting in the kitchen in our family meeting place. Mom is by the door, Dad is at the head of the table, and Aunt Amy leans against the counter with a cup of coffee in her hand. Gavin wriggles next to me. I look around at everyone in their usual places and have to squeeze my eyes shut to deal with the emotions. I'm so grateful to be home. I can't stop glancing at Dad as if seeing him healthy and whole is only a mirage. He's finally home from the hospital after almost a week. With his beard trimmed and his hair in a tidy braid, he looks like himself again, except for the cane leaning on his chair. My brother steals it and brandishes it like a sword. Dad needs that, Gavin, Mom says. Remember what he told you about his circulation and blood clots? That he needs his cane to help him move around. Gavin returns the cane. I ruffle his hair with my newly bandaged arm. I'm taking my meds, but the doctors are worried there might be permanent damage. We're waiting to see, with strict orders not to overly exert myself or get my arm wet. But we're all alive and together. We all made it back. Well, almost all of us made it back. As happy as I am, something inside of me is broken. Do you think Stark is still out there? I asked Dad. Near where the van went off the road? He sighs and rubs a hand across his beard. I don't know, Karma, he says. It's not very likely. You know that, right? I don't want to believe him. I abandoned Stark. We have to find her. I don't care anymore that she's supposed to go back to Canada. I just want to make sure she's safe and loved. I'd give anything to know she's alive. It's worth checking though, right? I ask. Going back to Freehold is a tough decision right now, Karma, Mom explains. You'll all need more time to recover. Mom's probably right, but we've been recovering for a whole week. Besides, she's the one who looks the worst. Her skin is pale and her face has been pinched ever since she heard about my time in the crevice with Mr. Bones, who we found out was a missing hiker named Bill White. His family is happy to finally put his remains to rest. If Stark's out there, she'll come if I whistle, I say. Not at all certain. I know she will. We will have to try. Try may not be a bad idea, Aunt Amy says. Mom and Dad look at each other, and something about it starts my heart racing. What? What's going on, I ask. We know you need closure, Mom says, but I have to go back to work, and Dad shouldn't be driving right now. But please, I beg. So we've hired some help, Dad says. Someone who can help us with chores around here, and someone who can go with us to Freehold to look for Stark today. What? I leap up and my stomach does a flip. We're really going? And then if we find her, are we going to take Stark back to her owner? I hate to bring it up, but I have to ask. I glance between Mom and Dad, trying to guess what they're thinking. That's quite a story of how you and Stark learned to hunt together, Mom says. That's my apprentice, Aunt Amy smiles at me. She's practically a member of the family now, isn't she? Dad says. The hope rushes through me like a tsunami. She saved my life, I say. The fridge hums. Finally, I see the crinkles in the corners of Dad's eyes. We feel that she's definitely earned her place here, and so does her owner. He said that if we can find her after all you've been through, then she's yours. I scream, grabbing my head on either side of my face. I'm going to cry. But Karma, Dad looks at me in the eyes until I stop bouncing. I don't want you to get your hopes up. I really doubt we'll find her, but we will certainly try. I leap up and hug Dad, then go around the table and hug Mom. I grab Aunt Amy. Thank you, thank you. We need to go right now, as soon as possible. I'm ready to go now. Can I stay here? Gavin asked. I need to spend some quality time with Spider-Man. I chuckle. I wouldn't want to go back out there if I were him either. When are we leaving? I ask. Who is the new help? My whole body itches to be on the road. I have to find her. Cooper should be here soon, Dad says. Cooper? Everything grinds to a halt, and I stare at Dad. He stares back, looking quite pleased with himself. I'm speechless as I hear a vehicle pull up. That must be him, Dad says, winking at Mom. Amy's apprentice, Brett, picked him up. I don't even have time to sort out how I feel before Cooper walks into our kitchen behind Mom. Sup, Cooper says. Sup yourself, I say. Cooper looks different in a clean jacket and new cargo pants. Suddenly, I realize I've really only known him for a few days. He eyes me a little shyly as if he's nervous too. What are you doing here? I blurt out. How's your arm? He asks me at the same time. Cooper gives a small grin. I feel us shifting back in sync. Karma, Dad says, why don't you guys go pack Aunt Amy's truck for the trip? All right, we're stopping there. And tomorrow we will finish this book. Page 169, chapter 29, tomorrow, fifth graders. Thank you so much. I hope you're doing well. Please take care of yourselves, okay? See you later.